The Coaching Hour with
Boitumelo
on Zoe Live Radio. www.zoeliveradio.co.za.
Good evening. Welcome to the Coaching Hour with Boitumelo. My name is Khensani Chauke. Tonight, I'm standing in for Coach Boitumelo. The Coaching Hour is the show that transforms and equips communities. Tonight, we have a special guest, Lesego wa Gamapula, a certified NLP executive business coach and an ordained apostle. So please invite your friend, grab a pen and a paper, come and listen to us as we speak about the vision. Welcome, Coach Lesego, to the Coaching Hour with Boitumelo.
Evening, Khensani. Hope you are good. You had a good day.
I'm good, Coach. Thank you and welcome to the Coaching Hour. Kindly introduce yourself.
Yeah, let me greet the listeners.
Yes.
Yes, let me greet the listeners. Okay, my name is Lesego wa Gamapula, originally from Rustenburg, Botswana. Presently, I reside and then I'm a citizen of the capital city called Tshwane.
Okay.
Number one, I'm an ordained minister of the word. I'm ordained as an apostle with excellence, Christian Center. I'm from a company called the Jezreel Consulting.
Okay.
And then I'm a certified NLP practitioner, certified life coach, business coach, and executive coaching with Action Factory.
Wow.
I carry qualifications in theology, HR, and labor relations, amongst others. Yes, and yeah.
Wow, welcome, Coach. It's good to have you tonight. As we are going to start now, Coach, I'm not going to waste too much time in a lot of things tonight. I will give you a platform now. Let's dive into the vision. What is the vision to you?
Yes. Tonight we are looking at this important subject of vision.
Yes.
And I'm aware that I'm not the first person to talk about vision, and I'm not the last person. But it's a subject that, for me, I feel is very critical, especially in leadership. Now, let me start this with a question.
Okay.
So the question is, what qualifies someone to be a leader? And the critical word here is qualifies. That is why I don't say qualities. I say what qualifies somebody to be a leader. And let me be bold to say this, that a title doesn't make you a leader.
True.
Number two, a position of leadership doesn't make you a leader. I know on the 1st of November 2021, we'll be having some elections.
Yes.
And let me say this, being elected into a political leadership doesn't make you a leader. It's a call to leadership. Meaning, if you get voted, you must start now to learn what is to be a leader and what do leaders do. And number three, a call of God in your life, being ordained, doesn't make you a leader. It's a call to leadership. Meaning, even if you are called, you are anointed, it's a call now to start to learn what is to be a leader and what things leaders do. Because the problem is people have got positions, have got titles, but they don't know things that leaders do. So let me say this. there's only one thing that qualifies somebody to be a leader. There's only one thing. And that thing that qualifies someone to be a leader is this thing that we call vision. So vision is very critical to leadership because we lead people through a vision. Meaning, if you want to lead people, the first question we need to ask, what is my vision? And when I explain what is vision, you'll understand why vision is the only thing that qualifies you to say you are a leader. Now let me start to reference this verse, and I know many of us, we know it, but let me reference it and take it from there. It's Proverbs chapter 29, verse number 18. Proverbs chapter 29, verse number 18. And it says, with this version, it says, where there is no vision, people perish. Yes. I'm just going to read the A part of it. King James, it says, where there is no vision, people perish. Another version says, where there is no vision, the people are let loose. Another version says, where there's no vision, people lack discipline. I'm going to read another version, the New King James version, but let me say this, especially on this word perish. The word perish doesn't mean people die, doesn't mean where there's vision, people die. It simply means where there's no vision, people lack discipline and self-control. If you are struggling with being disciplined, and we know that people who don't have self-control, if you find yourself you are struggling with those two things, one of the things you must check on, do you have a vision for your life? It's very critical. Correct. Without a vision, truth is, people lack discipline and self-control. So that's vision correct. Is very critical if you want to have self-discipline and self-control. Vision is very key. Now, the version that I like about this vision is this verse. It's the same verse, but with a New King James version. It says, where there is no revelation, meaning instead of the word vision, it uses the word revelation. And it says, people are cast off restraint. People are cast off restraint. Now, the interesting word for me is this word restraint. Correct. To be restrained is a measure or condition that keeps something or someone under control. Meaning, without a vision, people, they cannot be under control. Number two, restraint means something that prevents us from doing what we desire. And let me make this statement. I know if I can talk about it, it can take us the whole day. For we know, you need to understand in life, you don't live your life according to your desires. You live your life according to purpose.
That's correct.
So, restrainer is something that helps us not to live according to our desires, but to live our lives according to purpose. Another definition of restrainers are boundaries or cutters to help restrain the flow of water of things. Meaning to be restrained help us not to flow any way we want. When you got restrainers, it means it gives us in shape. So if you want to keep your life in shape, having focus, you need to have a vision.
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, Khensani, let me try to define this word vision. Let me try to define this word vision. The first definition is vision. It's a mental picture of the future. Now, the critical part to this definition is what I'm going to say now, with emphasis on people and now. Meaning, vision has 99.9% something to do with people. not things but people. The second definition says it's a mental image of what the future looks like or could look like. Meaning vision is a picture that you have in your mind concerning the future.
Sure.
Number 3, it says vision is the ability to think and plan about the future with imagination and wisdom. Meaning it's ability for you to think and plan, but with these two things, imagining what you want to see and having wisdom to see what you want to see. Because many people, they've got ability to see, but they don't have wisdom to see what they see. Because sometimes seeing doesn't mean you see. So it's very important that when you see, have the wisdom to see what you see. And that is called understanding. Jesus Christ, when he talks about vision, it's a context of when he called the 12 guys, the 12 disciples. When he called them to them, he says, follow me, I will make you. Come on, someone, the first step was to follow me. Once you follow me, I'll start to make you. Meaning, vision is what are you making people? And he said, I will make you fishers of men.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you follow me, I will make you something. Meaning, the 12 guys have an opportunity to say, this guy wants to make us fishers of men. And now do you want to be fishers of men? So if they didn't want to be fishers of men, they couldn't have followed him. Because they were clear that when we follow this guy, this is the end result.
Okay.
Number 2, vision is where are you taking us? Meaning when people follow you, they must know where you are taking them. Number 1, they must know what are you making them and where are you taking them. Meaning leadership, it's about where you take people or what are you making people. And I can say what is interesting. Jesus Christ said something, Ari. The blind can lead. But the problem is when the blind lead, they will always fall to a pit. Meaning, if you don't see where you are taking people, you and them will follow into a pit. So it's very important that when we lead people, this thing is critical. Where are you taking them or where are you making them?
Okay, I have a question. When you started, you stated issue leadership in elections. So there are leaders who are elected. There are leaders who are like who qualifies. They came with qualifications, right? And we have I don't know how you define your leadership, because on my side, leadership as a mom, you are a leader because you leading your family. You lead your children. You have maybe you have younger brothers or younger sisters. Anybody can be a leader if they are influencing other people who are under them or who look up to them. So in your statement, like you said, that what qualifies a leader to be a good leader? What qualifies a leader to be a good leader? And who is a leader? Like, who is a leader from my understanding of leadership? Who is a leader, and what qualifies a leader, a good leader, an excellent leader?
Anyone who has a vision, he will lead.
Any person who has a vision is a leader.
Anyone who has a vision will lead.
Okay.
Even as being a mother, it's a call to leadership.
Yes.
Meaning once you give a child, birth to a child, you are called to a position of, meaning you need to equip yourself now to be a leader. Meaning you need to find yourself now, where am I taking these children?
So it means I need to have a vision of my own family.
You must have a vision of your family.
And I know, Coach Lesego, that you do a lot of corporate coaching, and some companies you start with them from the foundation phase, like their vision, mission, and company values. So how do you work around that?
Look, globally, not only in South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Many companies, they don't fail because of a result of money or results of lack of skills. Many companies, they fail because of a lack of vision where they are going. Because once you are clear where you are going, money will stop being a problem. Because remember, investors are looking for a clear direction for where is this person going. So many institutions and organizations, they don't fail because of lack of resources or lack of support. They fail because there is no vision. There's only some companies, there's only a nice idea, which is just formality. But you check what the ideas say and what they do, two different things. And for me, it's a sign that there is no vision
in the company.
There's no vision. They are just, that is why some companies, you find that after 10 years, a company is being liquidated and I'm telling you, a company, if you've got a vision, even corruption can never stop a vision.
Of the company.
Corruption can never stop a vision.
Yes, because there's another statement that says when a vision statement is flexible, it will be liberating instead of limiting.
You know, because the truth is, when a vision matures, a mature vision has the ability in itself to get itself fulfilled. But when a vision matures, it in itself has the ability to get itself fulfilled. Even if you can have corrupt officials, but because that vision has reached a certain level, it's got the ability to have itself fulfilled. I always can enjoy to refer to the Lord Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ started with 12 guys 2,000 years back. Today is 2021. It's over 2,000 years, but his vision of making those guys fishers of men is still continuing. Because when the vision and it continued even after the Roman government, it still continued. In fact, Khensani, if I become theological, to say, let me say this. Even in your life, I mean, I always tell people nowadays, I mean, people are complaining that divorce rate is high, whatever. You come close to many relationships, there is no vision. We are just doing things. We are not clear where we are going.
Yes.
Because we never ask people, where, if you say you love me, where are you taking me? What are you making me? And even you, when you say, I say I love you, you say you love me back. I never asked you, if you love me back, where are you taking me?
Sure.
People just go together for 2 years, 6 months. After 6 months, they shock each other because there's no direction.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that if I hear you correctly, are you saying that most companies are failing and falling apart because of the vision that they have in their companies? Or is because of lack of the vision?
No, it's true. Many companies, if you come close to many companies that were liquidated or there are a lot of issues, if you come, especially you talk to the CEO, the founder, you check where are you taking these people. There's no direction. Most of them, it's about money. And like I said, vision has something to do with people. 99% to do with people. Meaning, if, for example, you want to start an airport, your vision must, I want to make people to fly comfortably. It has to be about people. But some of us, our visions had to do with making money. I mean, I always say to people, you can laugh at Bill Gates' vision of Google to make sure that every household have access to a computer.
Yeah.
That's the vision of Google. Every household's access to a computer.
And access to information.
Who doesn't want to have a computer?
We all want to have.
All of us. That's his vision. That's our goal, is to make sure that everybody has a computer.
So true. All of us
and
want access.
And once you have that, money will come. Because people is now, okay, how do I get a computer? I must spend money to get a computer. How I mean, if you say you want people to travel comfortably,
yes.
People, when he says, but I want to arrive Cape Town in a comfortable way,
yes.
Who can save you? If Khensani is an airline, I know Khensani Airlines, they provide comfortable flights, so you go there. Or it's about people.
People. It's all about. It's all
There's
about
a bank,
the people.
There's a bank, they say, we are a to-go bank. So if you want a bank that you go and get help, here we are. It's a simple statement.
Yeah, sure.
It's not about we want to give you money. No. We want to have, we are to go, we are a to-go bank. We are a to-go bank. Meaning, if you want help, come to us. And then the end, when the help you're gonna get is money with interest. But they never say to you, come, we'll give you money, pay us interest. They say, no, if you need help, come to us.
And another thing, the interesting part about some of the leaders in companies, do you know that they don't believe in the leadership that they submit under? They don't even know the vision and the mission of the company. They don't even understand the values of the company. However, at the present moment, they leading others in the same organization. So how do we work around that? How do you lead if you don't understand the vision of the company? How do you lead if you don't understand the values of the company? But you are given employees that you need to equip and empower or build in the same company.
You see, I always say, Gero, once the vision is clear, things like mission and values, they are easily transferred to people once the vision is clear. Because if you want to join the company, for example, you know that I want to join this company, and this company, they are producing sunglasses. They are clear. They want to make sure that people have got a good eyesight.
Okay.
Meaning they are producing sunglasses. They are very good. If you want a job there, you know that here our values is eyesight. One of our values is to make sure that people, when they live here, they've got a good eyesight. So that is why I'm saying, if a vision is clear, we are going to have problem with values. That is why you need to spend most of the time investing your money in your vision statement. Because if you don't do that, there are companies that every year they're starting. Every year they are starting. There are companies that there's no continuation. There are resolutions because it's not clear.
Every year they have new resolutions. They don't start where they left off from last
they have
year.
To start off because direction is not clear.
So it's clear now that it's because of lack of the vision, or another thing also, employees, their goals are not in line with the vision of the company, because I believe that each and every year, each and every company have a certain goal to reach at the end of the year. So it means that whatever we set for us this year, by the end of the year, we must accomplish it. And if somehow, somewhere we failed, yes, I was saying if, okay.
The issue is, Khensani, let me just chip in on what you are saying. Because remember, vision is a bigger goal. So if we've got a vision is clear, we know that we've got every year, we set goals that are helping us to achieve a bigger goal.
Okay.
In December, we can sit down and say, how far have we gone with a goal of 2021?
All right.
If we haven't accomplished everything we wanted, we could say, no, January, February, we are finishing our 2021 goals. Because those goals, they are supporting a bigger goal, a bigger picture. I always give this example. Here, when somebody goes to Medunsa, which is now Sefako Makato University. Whether he spent 4 years there or 6 years or 7 years, we are clear. When that person leaves that university, he's a medical expert. Someone. Meaning, if you want to be an engineer, you don't go to Medunsa.
True. That's correct.
Yeah. You see, because you are clear, Medunsa, they are producing medical students. It's either you are physiotherapy, you are a dietitian, you've got a BSc in medical microbiology.
Yes.
Meaning, if you don't want to go there, you want to be a lawyer, you don't go to Medunsa. You go to VET, you go to Tekis. But Medunsa, they are dealing with medical, is a medical institution.
They specialize with medical studies.
Meaning, if you spend there 7 years, for that 7 years, every year, they've got their goals that are at the end of after 7 years, you are a medical doctor. Every year, their goal is to make sure that we are on our path to produce a medical doctor. That's it.
Okay. So are you saying to me that if I want to join a certain company, right, my goals must go in line with the vision, must align with the vision of the company?
Yeah. When you join a company, your responsibility. Remember, Khensani, no one pays you to make you rich. They pay you to make them rich. When you join a company, if you want to have peace, to enjoy your workplace,
yes,
understand the vision of the company, and help them to accomplish their vision. What they do month end, they will thank you for helping them to accomplish their vision. But if you check most of the dissatisfied employees, they don't know what's their company's goal. They don't know.
Yeah, I've noticed. But
if you know that you want Woolworths, their goal is clothing, you are clear that these guys they're selling clothes. They're not selling car parts. They are selling clothes. You are clear. So you will never try to take something that works in a garage and want to imply them in a clothing business. You're going to cause confusion. Because there are good things that might work at the garage and not work at Woolworths. I'll give an example. So if you want to enjoy your occupation working for a company, know what they are doing.
Yeah.
And most of us, we don't enjoy because we don't know what exactly what these guys, what the founders want to do. I always say to people, Gary, if you want to go to Cape Town,
yes,
the destination is Cape Town.
Yes.
Now, you know that when you want to go to Cape Town, it's N1. Cape Town, not Polokwane. Understand? But most of us, destination, you find that it's N1 Polokwane. But we get into the road to Polokwane with N1, not the old R101. But are you aware, some of us, you go to N1, when you have left N1, you are R101. You are not aware. You become aware that, but our road is N1, it's not R101. After you have spent, wasted money, wasted resources, you must go back to your original route. Because the direction is not clear. That we are going to Polokwane, we are using R101. Or we are using N1. You find that you have wasted 3 years on the R101. After 3 years, you must go back to N1. You go N1, along the way you have left N1, you are somewhere again. You have to spend money and resources back to the N1. Because the direction is not clear. That is why direction needs to be clear. That here we are producing clothes, nothing else. It means when somebody comes with trees, you will never accept the proposal because here the focus is clothes. And even if when you sell clothes, you need to define the quality. For here, we are selling clothes, but we are selling a premium brand, or we are catering for the middle class.
Okay.
You need to be clear. Because most of us, we sell clothes, but are not clear who our target is, because the vision is not clear.
From the beginning. So are you saying that companies must, when they hire employees, they must sit down with employees and explain what is their vision statement, what they believe in, and their goals? And do you think that discussion is needed at that point of interview?
Remember, when companies hire people, there are people who are hired to make sure that their responsibility is to promote and to make sure that as employees or as line managers or senior managers, our responsibility is to make sure that the vision of this company is being upheld. Executives. Once they say you are an executive, it means you are no more involved in the day-to-day running. Yours is to make sure that we follow the vision.
You drive the vision, yeah.
You drive the vision. That's your responsibility. That is why executives are getting paid a lot of money. Because it's to make sure that if our responsibility is to make sure that every household has a computer, their responsibility is to make sure that happens.
So
The line managers are the ones who must deal with how computers are being done, the softwares and whatever. But as an executive, is to make sure that whatever we produce here, it goes to people.
Sure.
How it goes to people, we hire people who do that.
So the action plan will be coming from the executive and then going down to production.
Yes.
So it means the vision will be seen in productivity of the employees or the profit or the revenue of the company.
How the production is done, it says a lot about the company. How production is done says a lot about the company. Somebody doesn't understand the goal of this company. Somebody is in this company, but it's not clear what's happening.
Yeah. So if I hear you correctly, are you saying that companies who are struggling at the moment, they must go back to the vision board and look into their vision?
It's 100%. 100%. If you don't make profit, but again, you find that workers are not demotivated. You need to sit down and check, guys, what are we doing?
And most of the time, if workers are demotivated, it's the issue of leadership who did not communicate their vision.
Because sometimes we don't know where we are going.
So it means as leaders we need to develop a habit of inspiration and inspire and equip our employees about what our vision statement mean and how are we going to drive it to accomplish what we have, like the goals that our daily goals in the company, whether it's a service delivery company or a company that needs to make profit and all that. Because I personally work with some of the leaders. I train some of the employees, right? And you'll find that when you sit down with them, first thing first, when I start with my training, I want to find out if employees of that company do understand their mission statement, their vision statement, and the values of the company, so that I can find out that their goals in the company, before we start with goal settings in the company and productivity and performance coaching and all that, I want to find out if they do understand the leadership that they're submitting under. Do they know where this company is going? Do they respect the vision statement that they have? Is in line with what they believe in? Because sometimes you can join a company, but at the end of the day, you don't believe in that company. However, you are part and parcel of that company. Some they will join a company and say, no, I need to survive. My job is to survive in the company. You understand? As long as I get paid, that's all I want from the company. But what is it? What input am I bringing into the company each day? You understand? So most of the time when I meet the people that I need to, most of the delegates, you will find that they don't even know what does the mission statement of the company says. And I will also ask that during the interview, there was no any question about the company. So it means you just went to a certain company. You never even did a research about the company. What if that company is saying that in our company, we believe in killing people. This is how we make money. And you go there and you start working with them, you sign a contract, and then in the middle of the year or in the middle of the contract, they come and say to you that we're still waiting for our 10 dead bodies. Where are they? And now you are surprised how, well, what does the 10 bodies have to do with what I do? Is because of not understanding what is the vision of the company, not understanding what is the company going. And besides that, some of the company, I will find that they lack inspiration in improving their own employees. Like things now are changing. Technology, it's coming into board. We now doing a lot of Zoom meetings. We do trainings online. We have e-learning and all that. So most companies, they're still behind. They don't find inspiration in improving their their own employees. So you as an executive business coach, how do you tackle such companies? Do you find out what they do to run production? Do you find out how they run the entire organization, or you only work with leadership on top? How do you work with them in companies? It's
one of the difficult things that you find. It's difficult to work with people who don't know where they are going. It's difficult. Because remember, if you don't know where you are going, you don't know which transport mode you need. That's number one. And you don't know which attire you need to go there.
That's correct.
So it's very important that we start there and you cannot motivate people to a direction you don't know. Understand? So it becomes a challenge if you I always say, Gary, we know vision statement must be clear that even somebody is running, you can read it and understand what you are saying. If you always have to explain what your vision statement says, something is not right with the statement. People need to read a statement and say, okay, these people, they want people to be educated. Do I want to be educated? Simple. These people want to empower us. Do I want to be empowered? These people say they are building people's life. Do I want my life to be built? These people, they say they want us to look smart. This is what they are doing. Do I want to look smart? And if you want to look smart, you know that I must get into this shop. Because their goal is to make sure that we look smart.
But another thing... Okay, I was saying, but another thing, then there are leaders who don't have a vision to communicate. Like, he's a leader, but they don't have a vision to communicate with their people.
The issue is not that they don't know how to communicate. Most of the time, they don't know what they're doing. It's not that they don't know how to communicate. It's because even him is not clear what he's doing. Because one thing about vision can refocus you. You know, if you are clear with your vision, even in interviews,
yes,
when somebody gets in, you know that you want these people or not. Because you are clear that here we are making people smart. And this person who gets in is not smart.
Sure. So like as soon as you step into an interview room, they already know that you will be part of them, or you
because
want.
Because once we say we want people who are smart, confidence is key.
Yeah.
And I can say the truth is confidence can be seen.
Fish. That's correct.
Confidence and arrogance are two different things.
Sure.
Understand? A person who's humble, you can see that this person is not how you walk, how you talk. Because you make a mistake and think the way person is dressing is humble. Some of them, it's not that they are humble, they are broke. So we must not measure the humbleness with how a person looks.
With appearance.
It's the wrong measure. Appearance. Sometimes we need to look at how a person expresses himself, how a person represents himself. It must tell you something.
Sure. Yeah.
So most of the time we spend a lot of money in organization, even churches, because the direction is not clear. Where are we going? What are you making these people? What is the end goal?
And in churches, it does frustrate the congregation if the leader of the church doesn't understand where he's going or what he's doing.
And because we end up focusing on wrong things. I always say here, there's nothing wrong if as a church you are not good in music. There's nothing wrong. Manage that. You must accept that music here is a weakness. Let's manage it. So you don't spend a lot of money in music.
So we now
the problem is most of the time we spend money in things which are not part of our vision.
So we now need to do SWOT analysis and start looking into our strengths and our weaknesses and manage and balance both.
Yeah. But most people spend and I'm telling you, your weaknesses can destroy you. Your weakness, if you focus on it, it can bury you. That's why you must manage your weakness. Don't pray up for your weakness. It's there for a reason.
Sure.
God is there for a reason. You don't pray for you don't want to change it. Because there are areas that need your weakness. So it's there to give you balance, to make sure that you are not arrogant. But some of us, we spend millions wanting to change weaknesses, which can be changed because it's there for a reason. That's why you must manage it. And accept that as a company, because we are dealing with clothes, computer, we're not in the computer business. So we only need computers to help us, people when they pay. But our goal is But sometimes you find that people spend a lot of money in something that is not part of the vision. That's why you must leave companies that deal with computers to be good in computers. You need only computers for simple things, for payments, for recordings only. So it's a weakness to you.
Sure.
Your goal is clothes. You are Woolworths, you sell clothes. You sell healthy food. That must be a focus.
Yeah, Coach Lesego, I hear you. Listeners, you are still with the Coaching Hour with Boitumelo. My name is Khensani Chauke. We are still discussing the issue of the vision. As Coach Lesego has said, that vision is broad. Families must have vision. In a relationship, there must be a vision. In a company, we work with a vision. In the ministry, we work with vision. So, Coach Lesego, relationship to self, I also need to have a vision, right?
No, you need to.
Yeah.
Khensani, if you get a vision for yourself, you will know what kind of a partner to attract. If you know where you are going, you will know what kind of friends to keep.
That's correct.
Because you relate to yourself, you know where you are going.
You understand who you are.
Yeah. If you want to go into media where you are always on the road, you know the kind of a guy you must have. You must have a guy who has life. Because if you get a guy who doesn't have life or a partner with no life, you're going to be fighting that you've been gone for the whole day.
Yeah, because you have nothing to do. you are just there, and you don't have your own life. You're not, there's nothing that you're managing at the time, so you have all the time to track what others are doing and all that. Yes, so that's why it's so important. I always say that it's important to discover who you are, find your own identity, find your own purpose. What is it that God has called you to do? And focus on working for His glory, and understand exactly what is it that you need to impact in other people's life. That's so true, Coach. We need to have our own lives before we become into partnerships. Because not having your own life, it's going to be a problem if you are in partnership with somebody who's always busy, who's always working, and it's not going to work for you. And that's correct. I have a testimony on that. So, Coach, Lesego, we are going to the end of our show. What is it that you can leave with entrepreneurs, business owners, families who are listening, individuals who are in a journey of self-discovery, or who are in a journey of purpose? They are now looking into what exactly has God has called me to do. What is it that you can leave them with while they are still puzzled with their lives at the moment?
My last definition of vision is this. That's what I wanted to close with. Vision is that's my definition.
Okay.
Vision is what God wants you to contribute here on earth. Because the only source of vision is God. If you want a vision, no man can give you a vision, only God can. Because normally, Khensani, let me say this, vision starts most of the time as a dream. And a dream can be a strong desire. A dream can be, people who will sleep and they see something. That can be a vision. But normally good vision starts from God. Because God is the only person who knows why He brought you here on earth by 2021. So He knows what He wants you to contribute here on earth.
That's correct. That's correct.
So if you want to have a vision is not found in things.
Sure.
I've met billionaires who want to commit suicide. Because there's something inside that is still looking for, and that thing is called vision. And in conclusion, if you want to live a fulfilled life, have a vision. If you've got money, that money, let it be results of a vision. If you want to look good, to look beautiful, let it be as a result of your vision, where you are going. You must not look beautiful because you want to attract men. That's a wrong thing to do. Do it because as a result of where you want to go. It must not be nothing to do with, I want to look better than you and so and so. That's a waste of time.
Yeah.
You beautiful, look good as a result of where you want to go.
Yeah, that's so true. That is so true. Sure, Coach.
It's what God wants us to contribute here on earth.
Yeah.
If God wants to contribute, good looks, it's a good thing.
Sure. Yeah, we had you, Coach. We had you tonight, and we not only myself, but I also believe that also the listeners and the viewers who are watching now and listening, we will all go back to our vision boards and just work into our vision to make sure that our vision statements are clear into our companies, into our homes, into our relationships, into the community that we live in. We must make sure that we nurture the vision for a better tomorrow. So thank you so much, Coach, for coming in, and it was good to have you, and I have learned a lot. I have documented a lot tonight, and I wish you all the best in your practice, and I hope that God will bless you in everything that you do. Before we close our show, where can our viewers find you?
My mobile number is 082 544 3709. 082 544 3709. My email address is JEZZRELM JEZZRELM or at iCloud.com. JEZZRELM@gmail.com. Our company is Jezreel Consulting, JEZZREL Consulting.
Okay. Any social media platforms that they can follow you?
You can get me on Facebook. Just type Jezreel Lesego. You'll find me there. Jezreel Lesego.
All right. Thank you, Coach. It was good to have you tonight. And from me, Khensani, we thank you for listening tonight, and thank you for the viewers. Leave your comments into a Zoe Life Radio on Facebook page. If you have questions, if you want to know how to meet Coach Lesego, you can leave your details on the comment section. And from me tonight, guys, we have learned a lot about the vision, and I hope that from now on we are going to focus and into understanding the vision, and the vision that comes from God, because there's a word that says write the vision down. So like Coach Lesego said, that a vision comes as a dream. Some of us, or some of the listeners who are listening, you guys have seen the vision of your companies in a dream, and I believe that you have written down and you have a vision board where you are able to see your vision growing, and you are able to nurture it for a better tomorrow. So guys, from me, Khensani, this is the coaching hour with Boitumelo. I was standing in for Coach Boitumelo for tonight, and good night. Look after yourself, eat well, keep fit, and take care of yourself and your family and your loved ones. I love you. God bless you, and good night until we meet again next week, Tuesday night. Bye.
Exercising authority over all powers of the enemy. Gospel music power. Zoe Live Radio.